Greetings, greetings, greetings. This is your brother Chief Flying Eagle, Ra Elohim. Just wanted to give a shout out to Amerique, American Indian Indian on Facebook, YouTube, just sharing the knowledge. This video was inspired by him actually, but you know me, I like to go a little deeper into things, right? So here we have it. Let's get into this. Just people have to realize, right? We are living in a different time. We are living in a different paradigm, okay? And therefore, we are operating on a different timeline. Even if time is an illusion, we are actually living within that illusion of time. So we cannot deny that, or else we wouldn't be talking about morning, afternoon, and evening, or 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, etc., or Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or January, February, March. All of those, okay, give an indication that we all subscribe to time as to, you know, the third dimensional realm, right? So therefore, you know that, or if you don't know, realities always change. All right. So we're living in a different time, a different reality, a different realm. Okay. And those realms are created from a mental state of mind. You feel me? But there are universal laws and there are different dimensions. You feel me? And right now, the present dimension that we're in is the restoration of the original people. Okay. Our political, national, ethnic identity is American Indian. That is what was and coded in law. It does not mean we were not called other things before that. That time was then. This is a new covenant. This is the new law. This is the new constitution. You feel me? So people stuck in the past. That's why we are not moving forward. You feel me? So therefore, we are American Indians, and this is our land. This is our motherland. All right. On this land, we, the American Indians, we have rights, not privileges. We have inherent rights. Okay. That should not and cannot be taken away unless you give up your identity and you're placed into another jurisdiction, and they have every legal right to abuse you. I'm not saying it's moral, I'm not saying it's lawful, but they have a legal right to, because now you have gone from your sovereign status, a lawful status, into a legal system, a legal society, which is a private corporation. Okay? We, the American Indians, are protected in law and by law, the Constitution and the Northwest Ordinance, and also treaties. We, the American Indians, are entitled to all our benefits. We, the American Indians, we are owed redress. We are owed redress, not just reparations. Reparations only means to repair. Part of part of what we call repairing is you correcting your status. That's part of the reparations, because that's what it means. Once you have repaired yourself, meaning that you have come back into the whole foundation, come back to the land, come back in law, then you get redress. You feel me? And you get compensated. We, the American Indians, are never supposed to be taxed. The reason why you are being taxed is because you went out of the covenant. You are stepping out of the covenant. You are stepping out of the law. You are stepping out of the Constitution. You are stepping out of treaties. You are stepping out of the covenant. Okay? So you are being taxed for that. We, the American Indians, have the right to work if we so choose, but we don't have to. However, if we do choose to, then we are supposed to be tax exempt. Okay? Claiming all these other titles, identities that I'm placing below, okay? It is not who we are in law. You could, like I said before, you call yourself Tamarians, Moors, Mers, Hebrews, Africans, Black persons, Israelites, Atlanteans. It doesn't make a difference. Okay? We are in a different time continuum. We are different. We are living in a different paradigm. So what's in law at this time? American Indian. And a lot of people are not getting that. Some are, but a lot aren't. But I'm even going to take you into the allegorical Bible, okay, and show you, because most people don't know what Israel means. All Israel means is the ones who contend with God or fight with God. In other words, you're fighting on behalf of God. Now, you have two different Israel. You have the lower Israel and you have the higher Israel. Most people don't know about that. I broke that down in my book, Jin Insists to Reevaluation, which you could find on Amazon. Broke it down. Okay? So even in the allegorical Bible, let's go to Isaiah 62, verse 2. 60 chapter 62, 2 and 2, or pardon me, chapter 62, verse 2. And the Gentiles shall say, thy righteousness, and all kings thy glory, and thou shalt be called by a new name, which the mouth of the Lord shall name. So we are not going to be called Israelites. That was an old covenant that was protected under law. Let us go to Isaiah 66, 8. Who have heard such a thing? Who have seen such things? Shall the earth be made to bring forth one day? Those are questions. Or shall a nation be born at once? For as soon as Zion travailed means to bring about by struggle, by pain. You feel me? But we are going to rebuild Zion, right? She brought forth her children through pain, like a woman giving birth through pain, 9 months of pain. You feel me? So the new nation, the new identity that's coming forth as American Indian, as the collective under the Republic, it will manifest Zion. You feel me? But it will travail. That's what it means to come forth in pain. So whatever people are going through right now, they are suffering because they are actually in pain. They are suffering because of their lack of knowledge. They are suffering because they are a stiff-necked people. They want to stay black. They want to stay African American. They want to keep calling themselves Israelites and Hebrews. That was the old covenant. You feel me? That was the old law. Let us even take it further. Here we go again. You could go to Jeremiah 31, 33, right? 31 to 33. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah. People are still dealing with the old covenant. And I'm giving it to you from a biblical perspective, even if it's allegory. You feel me? It's a new covenant, a new law, a new treaty that would have to be created. Okay? 32. Not according to the covenant that I made with their forefathers. In other words, it's not the covenant that was made with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Too many of you are stuck in the past and you don't realize you will not move forward unless you get this. In the day that I took them by the hand to bring them out of the land of Egypt. All Egypt means is bondage. You will not get out of bondage if you keep holding on to the covenant that was made with the forefathers, allegorically speaking. Whether you take it literal or not, it don't matter. I'm telling you what it means. You feel me? Which my covenant they break, although I was a husband unto them, saith the Lord. All right. 33. But this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel. After those days, saith the Lord, I will put my law in their inward parts and write in their hearts, and will be their God, and they shall be my people. That means you have to be righteous. Okay, you have to be righteous. That new covenant is within your heart. It has nothing to do with the color of skin, nothing to do with that. You feel me? But it will not be accomplished by being an Israelite. It will not be accomplished by being a Moor. It will not be accomplished by being a Tartarian, an Atlantean, a Hebrew. No. What's the covenant right now? What's in law? Our ancestors gave it to us as a protection, as a reminder who we are, American Indians. But y'all keep missing that. You feel me? So I just wanted to kind of break that down and give you that perspective. And once again, man, give thanks to each and every one of you that's dropping information out there. You dig, but wanted to break that down and show you where our protection is. And y'all are fighting against the inherent covenant that was given to us and protected in Constitution, the highest laws of the land, treaties, Northwest Ordinance. You dig? Stop worrying about what other people are saying. Let them keep coming up against us. It doesn't matter. We don't have to be out here debating people, belittling people, fighting people. We ain't got to do that. All we have to do is just accept who we are, move forward. Everything is already in place. Everything is already in place. And anything outside of being American Indian, you're outside the covenant of our righteous ancestors and what you may call the Most High. It's right there in the book. But you have to be righteous in your heart to become one of what we call the so-called chosen people. Your complexion doesn't make you chosen, because you could have the complexion, but your heart and your mind is dirty. You will not make it. That's why I keep encouraging my people to stop with the African fighting and, calling people names and all this derogatory. No, let's stop all of that, man. It shows what type of individual you are. It shows your heart. But yet still you call out the name of the Most High and all these different names. Nah, man, because what comes out, what you're saying with your mouth is a reflection of what comes from your heart. You dig? Not everybody who scream American Indian will get into the kingdom because their hearts are dirty. Their hearts are filthy. They are unrighteous. They are miserable. They are filled with chaos. And they are all going to be exposed. This is about the righteous. It is about the higher Israel, allegorically speaking, because the lower Israel, the time for the lower Israel, their time has expired. It is time for the higher Israel, which is the American Indians, but the righteous among us. Because if you're not righteous, you still belong to the lower Israel. Those who get it, get it. Those who don't, it is what it is. But if you have ears, not physical ears, you will hear. And if you have spiritual eyes, you will see, not the physical eyes. You feel me? So once again, this is your brother Chief Flight, Igara Elohim, always dropping them jewels. Rise, my people. Rise, American Indians, in righteousness. It's our time. Give up the distractions and stop the physical wars that's pulling you into that demonic state of being. Let us step back into covenant. Let us step back into law and create and bring back law on our land. That's what I'm about. I keep telling y'all, I was sent to restore my people.